excited. We had the faculty members, we had nursing there, respiratory care, sonography. They were able to like touch a lung, like a real lung. They had sheep brains there, which was cool.
Sheep brains?
Sheep brains. Yeah, it was wild. We had biology folks there. They got to use like little microscopes and things like that. Some of the folks from workforce came down with solar panels, and we had like drones, so it was really awesome. And I think that the students really loved it. And for us as a campus, right, I love for folks to come out and see our campus and realize like we are a college campus right here in our community, which can bring you a lot of opportunities. So being able to have those students come out there and see it at such a young age was something really special for me.
Yeah, and it seems like you folks are, showing them what LLCC is like, what college is like, what their lives after high school can be like, and just talk about the importance of like showing these possibilities and opportunities to them is like what the importance of that is, and why that matters to you folks.
Yeah. So specifically for me personally, I think that showing students at such a young age what's out there and what's available is very important. I've said this a few times in my life, but I feel like young folks see what their parents do or like their aunts or uncles, and they're like, oh, that's what I want to do, right? So for instance, I wanted to be a lawyer. My dad was a lawyer, right? So that was just like the career path I took when I went to law school, right? And I was like, oh, maybe this isn't what I want to do. So I think that being able to see and scratch the surface at such a young age of maybe all these different opportunities that you can have is really important for me. And I think that there's so many opportunities out there that Lincoln Land offers, and you can stay close to home and you can take these courses here. I think that that's just extraordinary that they can see that at such a young age.
Yeah, and I think when you look at kids at that young of an age, like they haven't really seen all that much that there
Right.
is to do in the world. In fact, most of what they've seen is probably like what their parents do. I know there are also cultural factors in it where some folks are kind of led into certain career paths, but not others. But then you get to discover that at LLCC Taylorville. Anything else you want to highlight about the student visit before we move on?
No, I just hope that we continue this, right? I know we're already starting to talk to different junior highs about the 8th grade events that we do. So I know Taylorville Junior High, I'm in talks with them about doing it next semester. So hopefully we can get them out there. But I hope that other schools want to do this as well, right? Like just feel free to contact me. We love to have students explore our campus and just different things that we offer. So yeah.
That's really cool. And I hope you get to do more of those in the future. So for the current students or prospective students, I understand fall registration is open at Lincoln Land Community College. Talk about who should be registering right now and what folks need to know otherwise.
Yeah, so fall registration opened on April 15th. So essentially, basically, if you want a certain class that you have to take or anything like that, it's always better to start early here, right? I believe that folks, anybody can register, right? It doesn't matter like what level you are at, if you're a freshman, sophomore, whatever. That doesn't really matter, but anyone can register right now for fall. But if you are looking for a specific class that you have to take, like for instance, let's just go with public speaking, Reed, or a certain professor that you want to have, again, maybe public speaking with Elizabeth Fines, I don't know.
Yes.
Then make sure that you try and get on there and register early. That's one of the biggest suggestions I always give students, because if they wait till the last minute, unfortunately, there may not be the class or instructor that they wanted. So right now, just come on down and we'll register you for classes.
Yeah. It's early registration. Earlier, the better, of course, is key for that. So the fall registration opened, as Elizabeth Fines Workman said, 5 days ago. So you're in the still at the end of the spring semester, getting near the end of it. Any special activities coming up for students that you or other folks at LLCC have planned?
Yeah. So I have been, whenever I first got this job, I think it was like the second day I was watching the news. I don't remember what news channel it was, but essentially they had this thing called a Star Lab at one of these school, like a school. And it's through SIUE. And essentially what it is it's like this big, I don't know, dome, and you go in there and they give you like a program, and they explain like constellations and different things like that. And the students can like go in there and like, look at the stars. So I was thinking, what is a better way to like calm down before finals week than like literally looking at the stars, right? So I contacted those folks. The folks at main campus kind of helped me out with all that as well, with funding and everything. Always very, very, very thankful for the relationship I have with the main campus as well. But yeah, we got that rolling, and I think it's April 28th maybe that we're doing that. I can't remember exactly right now. But yeah, I'm super jazzed about that. And then we're also doing an activity next week that's like a calm down jar. So like it's basically looks like the constellations in a little jar. I don't know. It's really fun. And there's going to be candy and food. So the students will really
Yep.
love that. Anything I do read is going to have food. So yeah, those are a couple things we're kind of doing to wind down the semester and try and, get students stress free before their final exams.
And I know that's something you invested a lot in last fall. So it sounds like you've got that going on as well. So Star Lab. So is this something where like the stars are going to appear like on the ceiling and the walls, or
no? So you're literally in a dome.
Okay.
And it's really tall. Like we're putting in our welding lab. And you get inside of this dome, and it's just on the top of it. And so like you can lay down in there, you can do, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, we will have themed treats like, different, like a Milky Way or cosmic brownie.
Yes.
I've already thought of all these things. So yeah, you just go in there and just kind of relax. It's going to be awesome.
No, that's cool. So really exciting that you've got that going on in the Star Lab in the final weeks of the semester. After that, of course, you've got the college's commencement, which is, if I'm not mistaken, your first one since taking the position. Just talk a little bit about what the milestone means for your graduates and the wider community.
Yeah, so yes, it will be my first one, and I'm super jazzed about that. I think that commencement for me means hope for the future for these students, right? They've gotten this far, they've gone through all this schooling, they've studied, they've done everything they can to get to this point, right? Some of these folks are first generation college students, right? So this is a huge deal for folks to graduate and have this commencement. So it really means hope to me. It means that it's a fresh start. It's a new beginning. I remember whenever I graduated, I felt like, I'm going to take on the world. And I hope that students do feel like that as well. Because whatever happened is gone now, right? Like you're just starting a new beginning. And I think that that's a beautiful transformation to make. For our community, I think that a lot of folks who go to Lincoln Land try and they stay in the community, right? Which I love. So, I love Taylorville. I think it's a great place to live. So I'm excited for those students to graduate and kind of live their lives here.
No, that is really cool. And then in terms of kind of the way it works, so does the Taylorville campus like have its own ceremony, or do they go?
Yeah, we all go to main campus. So no, we don't. They get to also go to the main big commencement. So yep.
Okay, I was thinking you were going to maybe have an opportunity to do some public speaking, but now it doesn't quite work out that way.
No.
But still a big experience, and I'm sure it's something you're looking forward to.
Absolutely.
Now that you're in the position you're in now,
Yes.
as director of LLCC's Taylorville campus, and I'm talking about Elizabeth Fines Workman, who joins me here on the WTIM morning show. Let's take a break. We'll continue after these messages.
Your information station, WTIM.
Check the markets on the RFD radio network. I'm DeLawes Yonke. Corn and soybeans started lower. Corn on old crop trying to come to the plus side. May up 3/4, 449.5, and July up 1/4, 457 3/4. December's back to unchanged at 477. May soybeans are still down 4.5, 1162 and 3/4. July down 4 1/4, 1178 and 3/4. November beans down 1 1/4 at 1155 1/4. May wheat up 3 3/4, 595. KC up 3 3/4, 640 1/2. July up 3, 653. Lean hogs for May up 40, 93.80. Cattle on feed report Friday, and cattle markets higher now. June live up 32, 247.67. May feeders up $1.02, 366.30. RFD Radio Network.
Tornado baseball and softball plus playoff games are on New Country 104.1 this spring. Tune in or listen to the live audio stream of select baseball and softball games plus playoffs of both teams. Brought to you by
the Taylorville Community Credit Union, the Christian County YMCA, Rural Rentals, and Scooters Coffee.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are going to do it today.
Rain, ice, 2 a.m. It doesn't matter. When the lights go out, the linemen at Shelby Electric Cooperative head out 24/7, 365. These professionals are your neighbors, working in any condition to keep your power flowing. Let's give them the recognition they deserve. This Line Worker Appreciation Day, head to social media and use hashtag #ThankALineWorker. Show them you appreciate the power they provide.
Hi, this is Carl Krumsick. Why do you need a monument? It's a place to visit, to remember, and to begin healing. At Krumsick Monument Company, we're locally owned with low overhead, so families can honor their loved ones without overspending. We offer complete services of cleaning, resetting, and adding death dates. Let us design your legacy in beautiful granite. Call 217-825-5197 for an appointment. Krumsick Monument Company, 114 North Webster Street, Taylorville, Illinois.
CTI is the only internet company that offers no data caps and limitless data for limitless possibilities. They're your local internet provider. Sign up by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM AM, FM, and online on the WTIM mobile app and Amazon Alexa is your ag information station with over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming and our own local farm broadcaster. Tune in to WTIM, your ag information station.
WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and my conversation continues with Elizabeth Fines-Workman, the director of Lincoln Land Community College's Taylorville campus. And we talked about the recent visit by fourth graders to the campus, as well as plenty of other topics in the first segment. I understand you've got a Career Quest camp coming up for those looking to build some electrical skills. It's called Build and Wire. Who is it for, and what will participants learn?
Yeah, so we're pretty jazzed about this opportunity that folks at main campus are going to put on for us. So essentially, it's going to be from June 1st to the 18th. Monday through Thursday, because who wants to do anything on a Friday, Reed?
That's right. Yep.
I don't.
Yep.
And it'll be from 9 to 12:30. Obviously, it's going to be located at our campus. It'll be kind of like in our welding bay area, so students will also be able to see all that technology as well. So we are hoping to have high school juniors and seniors and students who just graduated, right? So unlike our fourth grade event, this is for a little bit older folks. Yeah, so essentially what's going to happen is it's a hands-on camp, right? It gives students real experience with construction tools, basic wiring, safe tool operation, and small woodworking projects, including building your own small furniture piece. And honestly, Reed, like, maybe I'm going to step in there, right? Like, I kind of want to learn this stuff.
Yeah, well, if you do, let me know how it goes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, there'll be pictures, I'm sure, and I'm hopefully I'm a hazard to those things, so hopefully not an injury. But yeah, so I think that this is a really cool idea for folks that want to kind of figure out like what trade they want to be in, right? I think that the trades are making a huge comeback right now. And obviously, like we found out during COVID, like how important those things are, right? Like you need plumbers, you need electricians, you need these folks. And I think this is one of the ways that we're trying to explore that and have, high school juniors, seniors, and folks that just graduated, and giving them the opportunity to explore those as well. So yeah, it doesn't matter really if you just want to, kind of mess around, like you're just trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, or if you already have an apprenticeship, right? So you'll get plenty of personalized support as folks can build confidence, learn foundational skills, and discover how electrical, carpentry, and construction careers power the world around us, which, like I said, they really do in my opinion. So whether you're considering a future apprenticeship, technical training, or just love to build things, this camp gives you a strong start and hands-on experience. So yeah. And then as far as registration goes, we have not put this on our website just yet, but it is coming soon. So folks will be able to see that on our LLCC website.
Coming soon, like a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
I like that, and I think it ties in so well because LLCC they certainly have their trades programs, and now you offer this program as well for the summer, and it seems like it could just be another way for folks to get into those programs.
Absolutely.
That I know you folks specialize in.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
So exciting stuff, and it's coming up this summer. More information is going to come out in just a little bit. Speaking of summer, we've also got some time to register for summer classes. Talk about how these summer classes can be good value for students for whatever it is they might be looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that summer courses are really important for folks because first off, if you are at a university, right, and you're coming home for the summer and you want to knock out that public speaking, I know I use public speaking all the time, Reed. It's my bread and butter. So I have to, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So if they want to knock out that public speaking class with Elizabeth Fines, because she's such a great instructor, I think that that's a really good opportunity to do that. You have smaller class sizes, right, at Lincoln Land than you probably do at your university. And it's just a really good time to kind of knock out some of those gen ed classes, obviously at a fraction of the price, right? Which I think is very important and one of the best values that Lincoln Land has to offer. But even if you are like a Lincoln Land student, it's still wonderful to just, again, start chipping away at those gen ed. So maybe you don't have to take four or five classes in the fall or the spring. Instead, you can only take 3 or 4. So I think it's a great opportunity for students. And yeah, sign up for some summer classes. The last day to add summer classes is June 10th.
June 10th. So that's coming up. Elizabeth Fines Workman, director of Lincoln Land Community College's Taylorville campus. Elizabeth, thanks as always for coming in.
Hey, always a pleasure, Reed. Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for listening here on the WTIM morning show on your information station. Have a great day.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville.
96.1 FM Taylorville.
107.5 FM Shelbyville.
107.